turn it off when you come here. Completely airplane mode. Yeah. Otherwise we have to confiscate it. So what shall I talk about? Will we talk about food? That is your only concern? Or the comfort of the body? Huh? It's not the body that causes the problem, it's the mind. It's a chitta. Huh? I mean, the body can take a lot of things. Yeah? But the chitta feels, doesn't like it, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too wet. Yeah? Not enough food. Yeah? I cannot cool my system down, don't have coconut juice. Huh? So the only concern for us is the body, yeah? Our mind is, we are not really that much interested. In the moment we try to concentrate on our Buddha or on the breath, I mean the concerns are body. This hurts, that is not comfortable. I need my papaya, I need my coconut juice. When I have my coconut juice, I can stay in the monastery. Huh? Otherwise, I have to go to the hotel. Huh? The quietude here lets us see what's going on in our mind. That is the important thing. We think we've never seen it before because our mind was constantly busy with the sensation that constantly bombard us. The sensation of smell, of hearing, of seeing. Yeah? And here, I mean, we just have one color to see, mostly green. And today it's a blue sky. Normally it is, last few days it was raining, it was a gray sky. So there's no much diversity. And that, of course, creates all these problems to the body. Does the body really see? Does the body mind, if there are lots of colors or if there's just one single color? Does our eyes mind? Yeah? Does our ears mind, if there's no sound? Yeah? No, it's a chitta that receives the information. Yeah? It's so used to so many informations that constantly bombard us, so when there are only few sensations that come in, I mean, it gets bored and it gets annoyed, and especially it gets dukkha, discomfort. Discomfort of the body, but actually it's not discomfort of the body, it's discomfort of the mind because there are not enough sensation to divert our attention. That's what we need, constantly diverting our attention. hanging on the smartphones. What is this person saying? What is that person saying? Huh? So when we come here to the monastery, huh? I mean, we live a simple life. Yeah? And that simple life helps us to show what is inside our heart, what is inside our chitta. Yeah? And it shows it very clearly, and we don't like it to see it. We don't like to see the reactions within our chitta. Yeah? And we think it is because we are here that these sensations or that these things come up. No, it's not. I mean, I sometimes use a similar, or similar, when we are driving into a park with our car, our air conditioning is on, in the car, the engine is running, the radio is on, and we drive in the car, we keep our windows closed, and what do we hear? The air conditioning, the sound of the engine, and the sound of the radio. We don't hear the sound of nature. Huh? Then we slowly start, first to stop the radio, then the air conditioning, and then stop the engine, and then open the windows. And then suddenly we hear all the things that have been always there. Yeah? So don't assume that you see things that are not always there. We just don't hear them because we constantly think about, we constantly do this or do that. We constantly are distracted. And now that we are not distracted, now that we concentrate on our object of attention, be it the breath or be it the Buddha, we suddenly hear them. And then we think, where are they coming from? They've been all our life have they been here. Yeah? We just weren't aware of them. Because all the noise of our thoughts and of our memories make us unaware of what is actually going on. And that is the key to practice, to become aware of the things that are going on within our heart, to become aware of the intentions. Before I remove my watch, what is the intention? What came before the intention? We want to know that. We want to understand ourselves. We want to understand how this clock that we call ourselves ticks. And that is not easy, because we are constantly distracted, so we don't see how things are evolving. We think these things are just natural, they come and then they go, No, I mean they are formed. They're formed within our chitta. Formed because of memories, formed because of thoughts, formed because of sensations that come in our body, or come in our mind. Bodily sensations or mental sensations. And because of that triggers something. It triggers another memory or triggers a thought. And then something is created out of the sensation. And that is the world that we live in. But it's not real. You're finished? Yes, kilesas are reactive. Drink some water. Drink some water. There's some water just there. Don't you see the bottle? Yeah. It doesn't matter. No? Not my water, yeah? What is your water? Where does the water come from? Huh? We call these things mine and mine, yeah? I, yeah? The thoughts, we call them I and mine, yeah? The water, we call it I and mine, yeah? There's water, yeah? And there's water to drink. There's enough drinking water there. Yeah? It's for everyone. It doesn't belong to anybody. Yeah? It belongs to all of us. So these thoughts, yeah, these memories constantly conjure up a reality, a virtual reality that we live in. Yeah? And especially the thoughts and memories, that go in the future. Yeah? We constantly live in the future. Yeah? When I go home, what I'm going to do, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. Yeah? And this is something we should drop for a moment, yeah, or for a while, and see what is there. Just see, and not reacting to the thing. Not forming an opinion about how the sensation is. Yeah? The moment we say it's a good sensation, our desire comes up. The moment we say it's a bad decision, our negative desire comes up to get rid of it. Yeah? If you just see things, awareness is that objective seeing, then we don't need to react. Yeah? We don't need to form an opinion if this was good or bad. And that is the same thing within our practice. We don't need to form an opinion. If our practice is good or bad, it doesn't really matter. Huh? And that is one thing every practitioner falls for it. Oh, today it's not good, maybe tomorrow is better. No, practice is practice. Yeah? Practice is observing what is going on and not judging what is going on. It's the same thing for our reflection. We don't judge, what happened during the day. We just observe what happened. Yeah? Only through observing, only through a clear mind, only through an empty mind will the heart understand what it is doing and why it is doing. And then we'll get rid of things that it knows to be unwholesome. But if we judge it, to be good, what is unwholesome, the heart doesn't see it. Yeah? Because the heart is a very weak object, and our voice is a very, it's just like propaganda. Yeah? If they tell us 15 times, what is not supposed to be the truth and tell us this is the truth, we start to believe it. Just like we believe the kilesas, yeah, that was good, my practice was good, yeah. Was it good or was it not? We don't know. Because there's somebody, trying to manipulate us. Yeah? Just like the kilesas manipulate us all the time. Yeah? This is good, this is not so good. And when they say this is good, we want more of this good. If they say that's not so good, we want to get rid of this good. Yeah? And that's why we have to still the mind, yeah? To become completely aware what is going on. Yeah? And then we see the sensation coming in. Yeah? And these sensations come and then go. And then come and then go. And we don't have to do anything. There's nothing that we have to do. Huh? And that is something that we don't know or we don't want to. Because our thoughts and our memories constantly leave us astray. Our assumptions. Our world, our worldview is built of assumptions. I assume this. Yeah? I assume when I eat this, it's just good. Yeah? It's just an assumption. We are not ready to look, yeah? Because it's difficult for us to look. To really look at what is the heart doing right now. What is there in the heart? Yeah? And what we see at the moment is only thoughts and memories. Yeah? And they color the truth. Yeah? Memories and thoughts, as close as they come to the truth, are still coloring the truth. It's not the truth. And that's why we have to go really deep, yeah, until there are no more thoughts and memories, yeah, and we can see very clearly. Yeah? See very clearly, what is going on. Yeah? And while we do our samatha, we just stick with the breath, or we stick with the Buddha. Yeah? Don't judge it to be good, oh, my meditation is good, oh, my meditation is bad, oh, it is so difficult. What is so difficult? Yeah? Thinking one more Buddha can that be so difficult? Yeah? Ask yourself, oh, it's so difficult. What is so difficult? Yeah? Don't get swayed by the influence or by the propaganda of the kilesas. Yeah? Just notice it, there's a thought, and then it's gone. Yeah? The moment you trust that thought or you believe that thought, you're doomed. Yeah? Oh, I haven't done this right. Worries is also a thought. Huh? And you trust this thought, to be true, yeah? And then you're doomed. Huh? Worries, fear, they are all things that do not really show us reality. Yeah? The reality, what is the reality? Look at that situation. And there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to fear. There's just things happening. And that is since we are born. Things are happening. What are we doing when we are born? First of all, we lie on our back. Once we lie on our back, we start to move, we start to move the fingers or the hand, and then the arms and then the feet, Sooner or later, we learn how to walk. Yeah? So, we program this body. Yeah? Learning to walk, learning to talk, learning to think. Yeah? And then with 15, we think we are finished. Yeah? We can't wait to get old enough when we are 10. Yeah? Can't get, I want to. Yeah? All these things. But we are not yet finished. With 15 or 16, we are finished. Yeah? Programming this body, and then instead of keeping up, training, we stop the training. We turn it on autopilot, and run down the course. We put all our desires, it starts with 6 or 7, we put all the desires that we have, and the older we get, the more desires we have. Look back at the age of 11, what kind of desires did you have? They are programmed already in. So all what you do is, when you're finished training this body, running after your desires. And while you're running after desires, you try to avoid all these unpleasant things that come into your way constantly. If we don't judge, there's no unpleasant things and there's no pleasant things. But we constantly judge. You have noticed that? We even judge our breath. If the breath is not, subtle, we judge it, and say, why is it not subtle? We're just observing. It's just like observing the clouds. When we see it, dark, when we say, why is it not white? Why is it not white? It should be white. It's just dark, And when we wait long enough, it will turn white. And when it is white, it will. And we wait long enough, it will turn black or dark. And then the rain comes. And that is with our feelings, that is with our memories, that is with our thoughts. They come in and they go. We can't change them. But we believe it is us, it is me, it is mine. So remember this well. When you are sitting in meditation, there's nothing really difficult. There's one more breath, you always can take one more breath. There's one more Buddha, you can always repeat one more Buddha. So what is so difficult about repeating one Buddha? What is so difficult about observing one more breath? Why do you think you have to stop? When you come out of meditation, do a short reflection. Why did I come out? What was the real problem? The problems are created in our mind and mostly by our dislikes. Yeah? If we don't like a situation, we create a problem. I mean, this situation has to disappear. But it doesn't disappear. It's just a situation that we observe, and we are not the situation. You understand that? Huh? So don't judge these things, yeah? When you sit in meditation, just go on. Yeah? No matter if the thought comes up, it is difficult, then just ask, what is difficult about repeating a Buddha? Now you nod your head, yeah? No, of course it's not difficult. But when you sit there, you don't ask, you say, oh, it's so difficult, or I'm so tired, I need to sleep. Or you say, oh, it's so painful. What is painful? I mean, remember what I said in the beginning, we have to understand how we tick. Huh? That means we have to investigate these things. What makes us tick, yeah? And the moment we form any kind of judgment, actually there's instant reaction to it, yeah? The reaction comes, yeah? Just like an if-then-else clause, yeah? If I feel this, then I get up, yeah? If I can't repeat my Buddha anymore, then it is difficult, and so on, yeah? We're just conditioned. Nibbana is the unconditioned. Remember that? Where there is no condition. Yeah? And as a monk, yeah, in a monastery, we have to learn that. Yeah? Whatever kuti is assigned to us, we have to be happy with that. Whatever food is given to us, we have to be happy with it. Yeah? So it's a good training for becoming what's the word? I got stuck. It's a good training for become equanimous. Eh? Being happy with whatever the situation is. Eh? And the more we learn how to be happy with the situations, yeah? The less we have problems. No matter what, If it's raining, it's fine. If it's not raining, it's fine. Yeah? If it's sunny, it's fine. If it is hot, it's fine. If it's cold, it's fine. Yeah? This is the training, for monks and lay people who live in a monastery. Just to be happy, to be satisfied with the things that are given to them, or the things that are provided to them. So when a monk is provided with one kuti, he has to be satisfied with it. Normally in the rules there's one monk in the monastery who assigns the kutis to arriving monks, yeah? And they cannot complain, no, I don't like this kuti, it's so hot or it's so cold, yeah? They have to be satisfied. And lay people who live here long enough, just the same thing. They should be satisfied with whatever kuti is given to them. Yeah? The training of the mind, really, really listen to that. We want to become aware, and awareness is objective. It is not judging if it is good or bad. Yeah? And it's the same quality that we need for our daily reflection. What happened when I went up this morning? What kind of thought colored my whole day? Yeah? It's just a thought. Sometimes it's a dream. Yeah? That doesn't, when we wake up, we wake up from a dream. Yeah? And then we constantly want to think about what is the meaning of a dream. Yeah? Now think about what is the meaning of a thought. Huh? It's the same thing. And if you observe, especially if you observe a dream, the dream just works like thoughts. When you observe thoughts, when you really observe them, yeah, and not are in the thoughts, yeah, Observe them how they arise. Yeah? I mean, there's one topic. The first thought is about this topic. The second thought is about this topic. The third thought is still about this topic. And then it jumps to another subject. And then for 3 thoughts, it's on that subject. Then it jumps to another subject. That's why our dreams in the night, I never... are always jumping. Yeah? Now I'm missing lots of English words. You understand? I'm in a dream, and then we think about what is the meaning of this dream. I mean, if it wasn't a lucid dream is something different. Yeah? A lucid dream is something where you actually can act within a dream. And that is different. That's continuous. But normal dreams, make no sense. It's just like our thoughts, make no sense. I mean, if you're calm enough, observe. Yeah? I mean, you're on a subject, for 3 thoughts, then you jump to another subject, then you jump to another subject. I mean, the mind cannot be still on one subject. Yeah? Then try to force it back on the subject, and suddenly no thoughts arise. You have to try it out. Yeah? I mean, investigation or practice is all about investigating ourselves, how we work. Yeah? It's just not only watching the mind. Yeah? People can watch the mind and nothing will change. Yeah? Just like was a good simile in Singapore. I saw all these bridges over the highways or the expressways. Yeah? When people stand there and watch the cars coming and going, yeah, the cars will come and go. Sometimes there are more cars, sometimes there are less cars. Yeah? But the cars will come and go. Yeah? So you can watch there to the end, of your life, and the cars are still coming. Yeah? And that's the same thing when you watch your mind, when you observe your mind, the thoughts are still coming and the memories are still coming, and you have not understood why they are coming, what is the reason for them, yeah? What makes them tick, yeah? Or what makes you tick. Yeah? No, you have to investigate. Yeah? What came before this thought? What came before this feeling? Yeah? Or what came before that? Yeah? Until you find the root problem. Or the stone that caused the avalanche. Yeah? That's what we have to find. That's why we can't stay still. Yeah? And we can't allow ourselves to go out in thoughts, or especially assumptions. Yeah? I mean, some of my monks are so great, I mean, they listen to the first 3 words of a sentence and then assume the rest. Yeah? They don't even wait until I finish my sentence, yeah? I mean, they think it's going in this direction, yeah? And while they assume it's a work of the mind, they don't know what I'm saying. Huh? They don't hear what I'm saying. So, I mean, of course, and then they assume that was right, yeah? But that isn't what I said, yeah? And we do that, not only the monks, everybody does that. Yeah? We do not listen with our heart. Yeah? We only try to understand. The same thing with the talk. We try to understand, what is he talking about? Instead of listening. If we would listen, we would understand. If we try to understand, and that is always trying to understand, is always the activity of the mind. The moment we try to understand things, we don't catch what is he saying. Huh? No? And sometimes we are even translated in our own language, and that takes a lot of time, yeah? And we don't catch most of the sentence, yeah? Or we don't catch most of the talk. That I often talked about, how to listen to a talk. Just to listen with the heart. Yeah? Put your attention on the heart and then just listen to what the heart is receiving. Yeah? Not thinking about what is he saying. Yeah? Being observant, just like we are observant of the breath, or we are observant of the Buddha, we are observant of the heart, when we listen to our talk. Not thinking, what is he trying to say? Maybe, and then we think, then we assume maybe he's saying this, maybe he means that, and that's how we misunderstand all this. And that's not the way to go. So, you see from all these examples, the important factor is to get objective. And how do we get objective? We put our mind on one subject, on one object, Be it the breath or be it the Buddha. And whenever the mind tries to go out, we put it back. And then, when the mind is objective, we can actually see all these things that I'm talking about. We see how after, when there's a subject of thought coming up, then we see after 3 thoughts, it changes the subject. It changes the object, sorry, of the thought. Or in this case, it's the topic. It changes the topic of the thought. And then it slowly goes. The first topic and the second topic are somehow related. But after a while, it has nothing to do with the first topic. And within 5 minutes, you're around the world. Cross the world. Circle the world for 1 time or 3 times or 4 times, 5 times. You can all observe that. Once the mind is calm. If the mind is not calm, it is just like sitting in the nicest park with our air conditioning on, with the engine running, windows closed, and listening to radio. In this radio, everybody of you knows it. This radio is constantly the commentator, that is constantly in our ears. I want this, I don't want this, I like this, I don't like this, Oh, now the meditation is good. Or even, the commentating about our practice. No, you should focus more on this side of the breath. No, you should focus more on that side of the breath. Now the breath, why is the breath not? That is the radio I'm talking about. So you have to turn that, or you have to switch off that radio, and once there are no more comments, you feel happy. And that's where thoughts and memories are stopping. And how can we not be happy when thoughts and memories are stopping? We are completely relieved. We took a holiday from from what we thought was I. But actually, it's just our commentator who constantly supposes, makes a propaganda who we are. If you recall some of the situations when you need a new person, you have never met before, and then you talk about what you do. You define yourself to the other person. I like this, I'm interested in that, I'm like that, I'm not like that, you tell the other person how you think you are, And of course, you don't tell your bad sides, You only tell your good sides, And then this other person falls in love with you, and after 3 months he finds out all the bad sides, and says, oh, if I would have known that earlier, I wouldn't have gotten into this trouble. But the other side does the same thing, So you present yourself in a very nice way, I'm so cool, And the moment, the other person sees that you're not cool about that, what's that, So we are not only lying, we are not intentionally, we don't, most of us are not intentionally lying to the other. We just present ourselves in a very nice light, And this nice light has nothing to do with the reality of us. We are both evil and good. And people, who don't want to see their evil or deny that they are evil, have a bad time. They have a very difficult time in practice. Practice is all about honesty to see the things as they are. And if they are bad, you will see that they are bad. But normally we don't like to see ourselves as bad persons. Nobody likes that. So we have to learn that. then there's nothing wrong. Yeah? Every person who is born, has some goods and has some bad. Yeah? Otherwise, he wouldn't be born. Huh? It holds for all the beings. Yeah? No matter if they are animals or human beings, yeah, or beings in hell, or beings, in the ghost realm, or even devas. Yeah? We are not born in this world, in these three world systems, if we don't have good and bad within us. Yeah? Because overcoming good and bad, this person is not going to be born in these three realms. Yeah? I mean, he's born in the anagami realms, yeah? And waits, until he goes into nibbana. Yeah? So, I mean, the first thing is, to be honest to yourself. Okay. But we don't like to be that. We don't like to admit that we are at fault. Yeah? We don't like to admit that we are wrong. In the first time, it is difficult. No, I'm not wrong. Yes, you are. No, you're not wrong. No, I'm not wrong. Yes, you are. No, I'm not wrong. Yes, you are. It's a fight. Huh? You really have to go against the kilesas who try, yeah, to influence you, to propaganda, yeah, that you're right, yeah, and then you have to tell them no, yeah, until that crashes down, yeah? Until you really can see that you weren't right. Yeah? But before, the belief system is very strong. Yeah? Whatever belief, that is reality for us. Yeah? So if we see there's some belief, we just go against it. We counterattack it. Yeah? If I believe this, I'm instantly I counterattack it. No, it's not like this. Yeah? No, it's not like this. Yeah? And then you will see the strength of the kilesas coming up. Yes, it is like this. Yeah? And then you have to counteract. No, it's not like this. No, I'm not all good. Or, no, I'm not all bad. Yeah? Some people only see the bad sides within themselves and don't see the good side. Yeah? And nothing, no matter, yeah? Both sides are not true. We are the way we are, but we don't know that because, of all these kilesas, constantly commenting on how we are. Yeah? And these things we have to overcome. And the best way, or the easiest way, is first to go into silence, yeah? When there are no more thoughts, when there are no memories, and then we see how we are. Yeah? And then slowly come out and then see all these thoughts creeping up, yeah, who define ourselves. Yeah? And these definitions are all wrong. Yeah? And the same thing, not only about us, the same thing about our meditation. Yeah? Oh, this is not a good meditation. Normally, if the meditation wasn't good, that it's actually quite good. Yeah? If the meditation, we think it was good, it's actually quite useless. Yeah? Because we don't learn anything. Yeah? If it is good, we don't learn anything. If it is really if it really seems to be difficult, yeah, that's where we can learn. Yeah? We can learn to counteract the kilesas, we can learn to counteract boredom, we can learn how to counteract pain, we can learn how to counteract fear. Yeah? That's what we can learn. If the meditation is good, if we are just happy, we don't learn a thing. Yeah? And practice is all about learning about ourselves. Yeah? And freeing ourselves from all these fetters, yeah, that bind us to the realms of birth and death. Running around in your hamster wheel, yeah? And some of them, start to paint it golden, and have nice curtains in it and nice pictures, yeah, hanging them up, yeah? So they don't think they are in a hamster wheel. They don't see it. And that's what we have done with our life. We don't see that we are in this cycle of birth and death. Yeah? We just think, we are in a nice, yeah. Now I'm in Thailand, then I'm in Singapore, then I'm in Brunei, yeah. Then I'm in China, yeah. And then we think always we are at different places, yeah. Or we are in Europe, yeah. Lots of us come from Europe, yeah. And Europe and Thailand is completely different. No. That's the pictures and the curtains that we have in our hamster wheel, and we are always fooled by that. Yeah? Because if the appearance is different, we think we are different. Yeah? There's nothing to do with us. So I guess it's enough for today. Yeah? Practice, practice samatha, get objective, and learn how to accept the bad sides within you, even if you don't like them. You can only remove the bad sides if you are aware of them. If you say, no, I'm not like this, then actually you should instantly think, why are they saying that I'm not like this? I must be like this, yeah? It's always, whenever the kilesas try to persuade us with their thoughts, with their comments, then there must be something wrong with that, So our red alarm lamp should light up, and say, something wrong? Maybe I'm not like this, Maybe it's not like that. But we are too lazy. We like just to, run around, morning, eating, sleeping. We like to laze around. Yeah? I mean, it was so much work to program this body. 15 years, and now we don't want to do it anymore. It's just like people, who studied at university, they don't want to see a book anymore. They don't want to study anymore. I mean, they're sick of studying. So they just run around, in their thoughts, in their imaginations, in their views and opinions. And that's why we have to make a break. Be aware. Don't judge. And the moment judgments come in, I mean, when you do samatha, you just replace them with Buddha or the observation on the breath. When you're out of samatha, then you can investigate, and then you can fight them. No, it's not like this. No, it's not like this. And you will see sooner or later it breaks down. But we have to put a lot of consistent effort. Be consistent. And they try to persuade us with all the logic they have. And the logic they have is that what we educated them at. So they're really, if we are smart, then they are really smart. And the smarter we are, the smarter are the kilesas. So they will catch us sooner or later. And if we don't have persistent effort, to counterattack them, they will sooner or later persuade us. Yes, it's true. See, I mean, it makes sense. They say it makes sense. I mean, it should be like this. And then you instantly should say, no, it can't be like this. Okay? It's only difficult in our minds. It's not difficult here. When you stay here, it's not difficult. Remember, difficulties are created up here. What?
Very smart difficulties.
Yeah, that's just what I said. The smarter we are, the smarter are the kilesas and the smarter are the difficulties. But they are created. Try to attack them. If they come, say, where's the difficulty? And say, it's so difficult. Just attack them. Where's the difficulty? I still can breathe. I still have my hands. I still have all the fingers. You can even touch it. I mean, everything is there. Where's the difficulty? I did it often because I thought, I can't possibly cope with this. And I said, where's the difficulty? And then I counted all my fingers. They are still there, my hands are still. So we're basic, I looked around and I couldn't find the difficulty. Yeah? What?
But there must be difficulty because it is.
Yeah, but they are just created in the mind, and we can break them down with Buddha. Yeah, even if they are ancient, we just counteract them. What exactly is the difficulty?
The difficulty for me at the moment, I cannot sit still. It is
Yeah,
so
doesn't matter. I mean, all what then now you observe your restlessness. Okay, just observe it. Okay, there's restlessness. And the moment restlessness, it's just like spreading out, yeah? The moment we focus on the restlessness, it gets concentrated and the restlessness disappears. But if you believe there's restlessness, yeah, then of course, you perpetuate it. The moment you ask yourself, okay, there's restlessness. First of all, you say there's restlessness. And then the second question is, what is restlessness? How does it feel like? And that means you start to focus in on this restlessness, just like you focus in on the pain. Yeah? If your whole body is in pain, then focus in on the pain. Yeah? Okay, there's pain. What is pain? Yeah? Then slowly focus in. Yeah? Where exactly is it? Yeah? Where is it located? Yeah? All these questions keep you concentrated, and the topic is the same. That means you slowly get concentrated. Once you get concentrated, the difficulties will disappear.
So on the question of how to do, when I do this samadhi
Yeah.
meditation and there is all this restlessness, I go out and I start questioning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. If you can't cope with it, yeah. If you can't deal with it, it's just like with pain. If you can't deal, with the pain, then start investigating the pain. Yeah? If you can't deal with the restlessness, and that is even worse than pain. Yeah? Restlessness is such a diversity of all the energy, just like a whirlpool. Yeah, it's there. Because it is not concentrated. Yeah, pain is much easier because it's mostly concentrated on one location. Yeah, it is easy to focus on. But the restlessness is just like a whirlpool of all these different energies, not having one common focus. Okay? Questions?
Yeah, how to practice.
Yeah. I just want to get up. And then, I'm always asking the questions the moment I want to get up. So, what?
No, well, I was just wondering in terms of restraint of speech.
Yeah.
That seems to be quite difficult because it's been 1 year now and I know that I'm not quite using it very well. It seems to be quite tricky.
Where do you see it? That you don't have restraint of speech when you're at Namron?
Yeah, anytime when I talk to someone else, maybe I can say things which I shouldn't.
Be patient. This problem of the mouth going out, yeah. In German we have the saying, before you open your mouth, turn on your brain. Kennst du es? What? That is the French saying, huh? Be patient, that is not easy. Being aware of that one is talking needs enormously awareness. Yeah? And being aware of the intention of talking also, but it doesn't take so much awareness. Yeah? Being at the moment when you notice you want to say something, then say nothing. Yeah? And then once you have the feeling you can cope with it, observe your talking. Because it can be observed. You remember when you do the chanting? When you do morning and evening chanting? You can observe how to chant. Use the chanting, yeah? When you do your morning and evening chanting, don't you know that you're chanting? Isn't there somebody who so observed the chanting? Yeah? Especially for the people of Patimok, yeah? That's a long chant, yeah? And the mind tries to go out at that time. And that's where words are muddled up, yeah? So you can actually observe yourself chanting, yeah? So how can you not, yeah? Sooner or later you will be able to observe how yourself talking. It takes long time. don't get despair. That is one of the kilesas, yeah, to get disheartened, despair. Oh, it's not working 1 year already, yeah. I mean, what are monks saying, after 40 years of tough training, oh, I'm not yet a Sotapanna, yeah. I mean, the Sotapanna doesn't come, within 1 year, yeah. It can, but it doesn't have to, yeah. So these things, take a long time, yeah. It's the same thing with restraint for food. Food, yeah, is even worse. Yeah? You sit in front of the bowl and all the awareness is gone. Yeah? There's nothing left, you just stick it. It's it's like die heiße Schlacht am Kalb. What is it in English? There was a song in the 60s or 70s, there was a song, about, buffet. Yeah? Buffet, when the people come in, and they fight, who wants this, I want this, grab hold of it. Yeah?
You should come to Namron.
Huh? Yeah, or Namron, I need to go there more often, just to make a check. Yeah? But that's how it is, So talking is even more easier, to observe oneself than observing oneself eating. Yeah? And seeing, how the selection process is going. So give yourself patience, yeah? That's what we need most, we have to develop that. Huh? It's not going to hand over. Looking at my own practice, even after 3 or 4 years, sometimes it happened. I was running, normally in Pantat, the food, that Lungta Mahaprabhu received, then we took the tray, and distributed to other boats, yeah. And then one time I was, having a tray of pineapple or whatever it was, and I was supposed to distribute it to all the bowls, and then I saw myself walking to my bowl and trying to put it in, and I said, what the hell is going on? And I went back, yeah. Even after 3 years of training, it's not going to be that easy, yeah. And for some people, it might take decades, yeah. So just continue training, yeah. Don't get disheartened, yeah. It's not going to be easy, yeah. These are old habits; they are ingrained habits, and the deeper the ingrained habit is, the more difficult it is to remove it, yeah. Just like, pulling out a cart that you put so much into the mud or into the dirt or in the sand, that it is so difficult to pull out. In the beginning, it is so difficult. But the more you pull it out, the easier it gets. Yeah? And that is the same thing, with talking, Just notice it, yeah, okay. And in your reflection, you notice it and said, may I not engage in talking, yeah? May I be able to stop the moment I see I'm talking? Even if it's just 2 or 3 words and you see yourself talking, stop. Huh? Okay, so now am I allowed to go?